Population issues are issues that influence or are affected by births, deaths, and migration. Kenya was the first country on the African continent to implement a population policy. This was through the National Family Planning that was started in 1967. Thereafter, Kenya developed and implemented the following explicit population policies. Sessional Paper Number 4 of 1984 on Population Policy Guidelines. Sessional Paper Number 1 of 2000 for Sustainable Development. Sessional Paper Number 3 of 2012 on Population Policy for National Development. The 40 years of Ncpd have been momentous for the Republic of Kenya and its people. Ncpd efforts to implement population policies in the country have contributed to the following achievements. A decline in the Kenya's population growth rate from a high of 3.8% in 1979 to 2.3% in 2019. Through the family planning program, the average number of children per woman has reduced from 8 children in 1979 to 3 children in 2022. Deaths among children below 5 years of age have reduced by over 60% between 2003 and 2022 to reach 41 deaths in every 1,000 live births. Between 1979 and 2019, the life expectancy for both males and females has increased by about 10 years each. It is now 61 years for males and 67 years for females. Much more remains to be done to improve the quality of life for Kenyans. To this end, we have recorded tremendous progress towards realizing our mandate and the development agenda of our nation. Notably, in the last 40 years, the Council has made progress on a number of areas. Atop, program coordination on population issues, research and policy development, advocacy and public education, and institutional capacity. Moving forward, we will double our efforts in provision of strategic leadership on matters population and development in the country, bearing in mind the emerging population and development issues. We are glad the Council continues playing its rightful role in population and development in Kenya, and these 40 years are not only a celebration of the milestone covered, but a platform to reflect and look into the future. This is so as Kenya is set to mark 100 years of independence by 2063. The population of Kenya is projected to be about 80 million. It is also opportune as we look towards the Kenya Vision 2030, the 2030 Agenda, and the Africa Agenda 2063 on the Africa we want by the Union of Africa. We are also marking this 40th year as the world hits a population of 8 billion people in November 2022. 1982 to 2022 period of Ncpd has been a moment of great progress on population program in Kenya. This institution was born of the philosophy of spurring development in the country vis-a-vis its population growth. Consequently, family planning education was identified as one of the key primary intervention to address the challenges posed by rapid population growth. These policy guidelines that provided a framework for the coordination and implementation of population programs. It guided the coordination of the implementation of population policy and program up to the year 2000. The Council has also over the years received various awards and honors nationally, regionally, and internationally for exemplary work in the formation and implementation of the population policy. Looking into the near and far future, Ncpd will focus on the following key contemporary population issues amongst others. Harnessing the youth potential for attainment of a demographic dividend. Eliminating the triple threat that is affecting adolescents, namely adolescent pregnancy, new HIV infections, and gender-based violence. We further remain alive to the discussion of climate change and sustainability. The Ncpd management remains committed to ensuring realization of the vision, mission, and mandate of the Council. We are looking forward to the next decade with energy and promise of a great future. Here are some key quotes from opinion leaders in Kenya. You and I must work together to develop our country, to get education for our children, to have doctors, to build roads, to improve or provide all day-to-day essentials. Jomo Kenyatta, 1965. Development is about people. They are the primary agents for development, and they are purpose for development. Population policy is therefore a very important element in our development efforts. Former President Daniel Moi, during launch of Kenya's 1979-1983 development plan. Family planning is an integral part of development planning. It is an essential part for the reason that you cannot hope to plan for other forms of production if you cannot plan for the production of the main resource, human beings. Minister for Finance of the Republic of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki, 1978. I surely do believe the reason so many of us have convened in Nairobi, Ncpd 25 Nairobi Summit, is because we recognize that advancing people's rights, in particular women's rights, their choices and well-being, is the path to prosperous and resilient societies. Indeed, has often been said, women are the backbone of the family and the bedrock of a nation. His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. Indeed, investing in youth and girls is good, but also yields tremendous dividends that accelerate sustainable development in terms of reducing inequalities, poverty, and unemployment, and also generating continuous growth. This event consensus, Ncpd 25 Nairobi Summit, makes our work on unfinished business of Ncpd Cairo Plan of Action much more realistic. His Excellency Dr. William Ruto during closing ceremony, Ncpd 25 Nairobi Summit 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy 40th anniversary!
Safiri hadi